In today's lesson, we are going to go over 2 essays. I'm teacher Tiffany. Let's jump right in. All right, our first essay comes from one of my students in South Korea. She wrote this essay. Let's get started. I have a lot of thoughts about my life these days. Very good. As I get older, I feel that decision making is so difficult more than before. Now, with this part, we need to correct this one. It should be so much more difficult than it was before. Okay, remember that pattern. It needs to be so much more difficult than it was before. Let's continue. I think it is because time is more important than the days in 20s. Now, for this one, the correction is than it was when I was in my 20s. Now, this period of 20s refers to the age of 20 all the way through to the age of 29. That period is called someone's 20s, okay? Let's keep going. When I was in 20s, I was very enthusiastic. Well, the first thing is we want to make sure to capitalize the W because it's the beginning of a sentence. And we see now I was in 20s. So how should we correct this one? Excellent job. It should be I was in my 20s. Very good. Now, remember, guys, this lesson is being brought to you by the Speak English with Tiffani Academy. If you want to keep studying with me, teacher Tiffani, you can click the link in the description below and become a part of my academy and join tons of other students, okay? All right, let's keep going. Whenever I planned, I just did it to reach the goal. The decision-making process was quite simple. Very good. I didn't care about marriage life. Now you'll notice I've already corrected the spelling. It should be Marriage. Okay, let's keep going. My parents were still in their 50s. All right, now for this one, I corrected it this way. Because my parents were still in their 50s. And the reason I did this is because the first part of the sentence says, I didn't care about marriage life. Well, what is the reason for that? Well, because her parents were in their 50s. And again, you're seeing something that's similar. She said her 20s, and now she's speaking of her parents who were in their 50s, okay? Let's keep going. Now I think I care about too many things, and I know that unnecessary worries just make my life difficult. I want to put all my worries in God's hand. How can I perfectly remove all these complicated thoughts? I need to make my life busy again. Okay, that last portion right there was very good. Now, something I really want to emphasize is the alternatives, okay? So we spoke about the 20s, but you can also say 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, or 70s, or 80s, and 90s. But I've given you guys some extra examples, okay? So for your 30s, you can say, I lived in Korea in my 30s, which is true for me. 40s, people in their 40s like to travel. Or for your 50s, my teacher's in her 50s. 60s, her parents are in their 60s. Or for 70s, I think he is in his 70s. Now, for marriage life, I just wanted to give you guys some other examples that use life as a part of their expression. So college life, school life, or university life. So for example, university life is supposed to be fun, okay? All right, now moving on to the next part of her essay. I need to make my life busy again. It was a happy, busy day yesterday. I started to attend a new computer academy. They teach me the things that I wanted to learn, which she's speaking of those things she wanted to learn before she started the class. After I finish this class, I can make responsive mobile websites. Now, for this one, I had to change it because she's speaking of the future. So after she finishes this class, she will be able to make responsive mobile websites, okay? All right, let's keep going. I thought that I am not good at computer programming languages. Now she's speaking of the past. So I was. So I thought that I was not good at computer programming languages. However, except for the complicated mathematics calculation, now this part should be mathematic calculations. IN should be I am able to understand other parts well. It just takes times. It should be time. It just takes time to think logically. I will take one thing at a time. Very good expression. It means to take things step by step. Let us take, what should it be? Very good. Time to breathe in and out. I easily forget that life is everlasting. I won't be hurry. Should be, I won't be in a hurry while living in the world. Everything I do in the world is connected to the heaven. Now for this one, the should be taken out, okay? All right, so great job for this student. There were some corrections, but in general, the ideas were good. Now, let's look at the pattern or formula that she used for her essay. You see, the topic was thoughts about life, and we can break down her essay into 3 parts. First, she told her current feelings, okay? So she told the reason why she has them, compared them to her past feelings, gave some details about her past, and then mentioned her future plan of action. Then second, she talked about her current situation. She gave her feelings about it, gave her future plan of action, and then finally she ended with advice. So the pattern or formula she used for her essay was good, okay? All right, moving on to our next student who is also from South Korea. Her essay starts off very good as well. She says, I am looking for a job, and she's very excited. I've been attending Computer Academy while I am looking for a job. So it should be while looking for a job. We don't need the I am, all right? I try to choose candidate companies carefully before I apply. Now, we use the term candidate for someone who's applying for the job, but the company would be a potential company, okay? Let's continue. Because I want to find a job that I can work after I get married. So it should be that I can work at after I. Now, you'll see the red line is going over the after I, but that was just a typo or an error. So it should be only crossing out the work. Work at after I get married. Now, married should be spelled M-A-R-R-I-E-D. Let's continue. I want the company provides proper benefits and care about workers' lives as well. So let's go back. It should be, I want to find the company which provides proper benefits and cares about workers' lives as well. Okay, you see how that is? It seems so difficult to find the one in Korea. It should be that type of job in Korea. Okay, that type of job, that type of company, both are okay. But I believe that unless I give up finding it, should be, but I believe that as long as I don't give up, I will finally get the one. Well, instead of get the one, I will finally find it, okay? Or I will finally find one. Both are okay. All right. Last week should be capital L. I got a job interview and I just passed for it. So this should be I immediately passed it. Even though I started to work from Monday of this week, they did not make a contract, or they have not made a contract yet, or have not made a contract as of yet. Let's keep going. It was also my mistake. I should have said that I can start to work after we finish negotiating about contract. Well, that should be the contract, okay? But I am grateful that I realized my mistake so early this time. Through several experiences about making a contract, I learned how to deal with it. Should be with these situations, okay? All right, now, very quickly, an alternative. So in her essay, she said, as long as I don't give up. Now, here's another way of saying that. She could say, as long as I hang in there. Or she could say, as long as I focus on my goal. Or as long as I keep my eyes on the prize. Basically saying focusing on the future and not the current situation, okay? All right, let's keep going. All right, the first sentence, just 2 days that I worked without contract are not that bad or serious. Let's change that to Working just 2 days without a contract was not that bad or serious. Okay, we changed the entire sentence. Let's keep going. All I need to do is make sure if the company really wants, with an S, to hire me legally according to the right process or not. The, capital T, balance between social work and commercial work. Now, it seems like the student didn't finish her thought. So let's change it to this. There needs to be a balance between social work and commercial work. Okay, let's keep going. I got a job interview 2 days ago. This, capital T, is social enterprise which works for social and commercial benefits at the same space time. The biggest issue for me is the annual salary. I love their vision and goal. Very good. They, capital T, are totally matched with my dream. As, capital A, far as I know, social work is mostly focused on providing something or helping to society. The two should be taken out. Helping society or people who are in need. Now the next sentence. Take away the and, capitalize the A. Also, a social worker's salary is not that high because of that reason. Next, capital B, but this company is in the midst between, should be, is in the middle of these two different concepts. I really wonder how they defined the workers, should be, how they define the workers' welfare and salary. If the workers have to work so hard with a small salary for the social benefits, we cannot say that this company is a social enterprise. I believe that first they should care about their lives and benefits. Okay, excellent job by this student, okay? Now let's break down the pattern or formula she used for her essay. Remember, the topic was job search. She broke it down into 3 different sections: the situation, the experiences, and then her opinion. So for the situation, she was currently looking for a job, the type of job she was looking for, and also the current job market situation and her opinion about that. Then the second part, her experiences, the bad one and also the good one. And finally, her opinion on the focus a company should have. So great job. Again, there were corrections, but in general, the context of the essay was very good. Now, I hope you guys really enjoyed this lesson. If you want to keep studying with me, go to the Speak English with Tiffani Academy. In the Academy, you'll find tons of different English resources and courses. For example, this one right here on American culture, where I take you through one of the most popular things in America, Subway sandwiches, and I explain why we like them so much and why they are so popular. Now, there are many other courses and resources in the English Academy. You can also find different courses on vocabulary or expressions. And once a month, I do a monthly live English call where students can speak with me and we talk about certain things. Like this one, which was our 4th one, and I spoke to students and I went over different lessons. So again, if you want to learn with me, Teacher Tiffani, click the link in the description for the Speak English with Tiffani Academy and join today. And as always, remember to speak English.